Hello and welcome to Manhwa Antagonists. Here we dive deep into the thrilling and action-packed storylines of various manhwa. This time, we'll be exploring the manhwa titled Return of the Sword God Rank Civil Servant, starting from Chapter 1. Get ready, because this epic tale is about to begin. The story begins in the middle of a vast forest and mountain range. In that place, there were 5 people. 4 of them were watching one of their companions, who was panting heavily and in pain. It showed a person's hand starting to turn purple. That person was covered in wounds while holding a broken sword. It was revealed that this person was a swordsman named Ahn Su-ho. While Ahn Su-ho was in pain, one of them said to his companion, "A man with a broken sword, trying to look strong. It would have been better if he had joined us from the start. Civil servants really are so clumsy." That person was a warrior named Alex Morgan. As Ahn Su-ho struggled to stand up, another person joined Alex Morgan's conversation. That person said, "That's what I've been saying. No matter how often he's called the sword god or whatever, his natural talent is just different, isn't it?" That person was a mage named Suzuki Endo. Suzuki Endo also said, "I hate men in suits." Then Ahn Su-ho coughed, spitting out black-colored blood. The black blood was caused by his body being poisoned by a very potent toxin. Ahn Su-ho, furious, shouted, "You all," as he recalled memories of the past where the 5 of them used to help and support each other. Su-ho said, "How could you?" A flashback showed the 5 of them fighting a powerful monster together. In the memory, Alex Morgan, the warrior, bravely stood at the front, blocking the monster's attacks and creating an opening for his teammates. The archer rained down precise arrows from a safe distance, while the mage, Suzuki Endo, cast powerful spells to weaken the monster. Ahn Su-ho, the swordsman, charged in alongside Alex, using his broken sword to attack the monster's exposed weak points with incredible speed and precision. Meanwhile, the healer provided constant support, healing their injuries and strengthening their resolve. Su-ho continued, "How could you do this to me?" Another memory was shown of them working together to defeat the mighty creature. They were overjoyed and even celebrated when they managed to defeat it. Su-ho exclaimed, "We fought together all this time." He then demanded, "Answer me." Isabella, the healer, responded with a heavy tone. "Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do. You're the only one who opposed this operation." Su-ho, enraged, shouted, "Aren't you ashamed? We conquered one of the 5 disaster gates, and now if we can close the remaining 4, humanity will finally be safe. But you're choosing to leave the gates open?" He added, "How are you any different from the monsters that threaten humanity?" Suddenly, someone joined the conversation. "At least we're not killing humans," they said. The speaker continued, "Let me tell you what happens if all the gates disappear. Hunters, once hailed as heroes, will instantly lose their status. To ordinary people, they'll just look like thugs." The speaker then added with a sly grin, "Ahn Su-ho, you don't want to become a target of fear, do you?" Extending a hand towards Su-ho, they said, "Because I like you, just say you want to join us, and I'll accept you." Su-ho glared at them and replied coldly, "After betraying me, you think I'd ever say something like that?" Su-ho thought to himself, "There isn't much time left. My body has been poisoned by Suzuki, and I'm covered in wounds. There's no chance of survival for me right now. There's only one thing I can do: defeat one of them for the sake of humanity." As he unleashed his power, he mused, "This is my final duty, to stand as the hero of humanity." Everyone was shocked as they felt Su-ho's sudden surge of power. Suzuki shouted, "Don't be afraid! He's just bluffing!" He added, "After all, he's just a swordsman with a broken sword, right?" Suzuki turned to his companions, seeking reassurance. Hexhood, the archer, stayed silent for a moment before finally replying, "There's nothing unusual." But before he could realize it, Su-ho had already dashed forward to attack them. His strike severed Suzuki's arm, and just before the blow could land on Isabella, the archer quickly pulled her back, narrowly saving her. The healer screamed, "Suzuki!" Hexhood exclaimed, "He's fast! If I had been just a second slower, I would have been hit." He added, "His sword is broken, so how can he cut like that? No, he must be struggling to breathe with the poison spreading through his body." On the other side, Suzuki writhed in pain, clutching his severed arm. Isabella said, "I'll heal you." But as she attempted to mend his wound, her face froze in shock. Huh? The wound won't heal. That's impossible. Her voice trembled as she continued. I've only ever heard of this before. An intangible sword? At that moment, Suho's body finally reached its limit. He muttered, finally, I understand it now. But why does it have to be now? His legs gave out, and he fell into the abyss beside him. As he plummeted, a series of notifications, akin to those from a game, appeared before him. 1. Congratulations! You have reached the realm of the Divine Sword Unity. 2. Congratulations! You have awakened ultimate swordsmanship. 3. Congratulations! You have mastered Formless Sword Level SS. 4. Congratulations! You have obtained your first SS rank skill. 5. I will grant you the opportunity to grow stronger as the first to reach the realm of transcendence. 6. Rebooting the player system for Ahn Su-ho. Su-ho didn't die. Instead, he suddenly opened his eyes in a completely different place. When he regained consciousness, he realized he was being helped and lifted by a firefighter. Su-ho was startled when the firefighter asked him, Are you hurt? Are you okay? The gate of beginnings has opened. I'll take you to the safe zone. Su-ho thought to himself, A firefighter? I thought I was already dead. Where is this? His train of thought was interrupted when he saw a gate that had opened nearby. The gate glowed red, and countless monsters were ready to attack at any moment. Su-ho finally realized where he was after noticing a nearby sign. He thought, Isn't this Sindorum Station? But that's impossible. Sindorum Station was contaminated by a gate outbreak. Goblins! Still in disbelief, he murmured, Impossible. Before he could process what was happening, a goblin archer fired an arrow, striking the firefighter and causing both of them to fall to the ground. A goblin suddenly appeared beside them. The firefighter, despite being injured, urged Su-ho, Run! Get away from here! But instead of running, Su-ho grabbed the axe that the firefighter had been carrying earlier. With determination, Su-ho approached the group of goblins. The firefighter shouted, Hey, it's dangerous to face monsters like that! Before the firefighter could finish his sentence, Su-ho hurled the axe with incredible precision, hitting one of the goblins right in the head. The goblin died instantly. Su-ho murmured to himself, No injuries, which means this. Before he could finish his thought, a notification appeared before him. 1. Congratulations! The conditions for awakening have been met. 2. You have awakened as a player. 3. The system wishes to see you grow stronger. Su-ho chuckled and said, This is exactly the same. Then, another notification appeared reading, Please select the path of power you wish to pursue, warrior, mage, archer, or healer. And that's the storyline of Return of the Sword God Rank Civil Servant. Such an action-packed and emotional journey, isn't it? Make sure to stay tuned for the epic continuation in the next parts. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Share your thoughts about the story. We'd love to hear from you. See you in the next video.